Behind me is the Willow Historic District, one of Phoenix's most charming and expensive neighborhoods. These homes date back nearly 100 years, and the people who live here are fiercely protective of their history. But a brand new bill, SB 2721, could change everything. Some call it a threat to neighborhoods like this. Others say it's the only way to fix Arizona's housing crisis. So today, we're right here in Willow, ground zero for the housing debate, to see what's at stake. Willow was first developed in the 1920s and 30s, back when Phoenix was just starting to boom. What makes it special is the mix of architectural styles. You'll find everything from cozy Tudor cottages and Spanish colonials to mid-century ranch homes. It's like a living museum of Phoenix housing history. The neighborhood really started taking shape during post-World War II boom, when Phoenix was attracting families, snowbirds, and new residents looking for sunshine and opportunity. Over the decades, homeowners here have fought hard to preserve the character of Willow. That's why today, walking these streets, you'll see tree-lined roads, manicured lawns, and homes that look almost exactly as they did 70 or 80 years ago. Willow isn't just historic, it's also a cultural hotspot. Every year, thousands of people flock here for the Willow Home Tour, where residents open their houses to the public. It's one of the biggest neighborhood tours in the entire state. And now, with SB 2721, the Arizona Starter Homes Act, Willow has become ground zero in the housing debate. Supporters of the neighborhood say the law could threaten its historic character, while advocates argue that even districts like this need to make room for more affordable housing. So when we talk about the future of Phoenix housing, Willow represents the tension perfectly, preserving our history while trying to make space for the next generation of homeowners. Everywhere I go in Phoenix, people are talking about affordability, or maybe I should say the lack of affordability. And now we've got a brand new law in the books that's supposed to fix it, the Arizona Starter Homes Act. But here's the catch. While the state says this will open doors for first-time buyers, a lot of cities, neighborhoods, and even homeowners are pushing back. They're worried it could change the very character of their communities. So the big question is this: will this law really make housing affordable again, or could it backfire and create a whole new set of problems? Let's dive in, because whether you're buying, selling, or just watching your neighborhood change, this one matters. So first, what exactly is the Starter Homes Act? Officially, it's House Bill 2721, and it passed earlier this year. The whole idea is to make it easier for builders to actually build smaller, more affordable housing. Here's what that means. Cities can't enforce the same old rules that required big lot sizes for every single family home. They also can't automatically block duplexes, triplexes, or even small multi-unit properties in areas that used to be strictly single family. The state's logic is simple. If we keep tying builders' hands with zoning, they'll never be able to produce homes at prices first-time buyers can afford. Now, on paper, that sounds like exactly what we need. But let's look at both sides for a second. On the pro side, supporters say that this law could finally bring affordable housing back. Smaller homes, duplexes, and townhomes could drop under that $350,000 mark, which is something we haven't seen in years. Families wouldn't have to move way out to Buckeye or Queen Creek just to find something they can afford. They could actually stay closer to jobs and schools. And of course, more supply overall means less runaway price growth. But then you've got the critics. They say denser housing changes the whole feel of a neighborhood. More traffic, more noise, homes that don't fit the existing character. And beyond looks, there's infrastructure. Will the schools, roads, and utilities even be able to handle that extra density? For buyers, there's also a question. Will these small starter homes appreciate in value like the traditional single-family house, or will they lag behind? So really, the debate comes down to this. Is this law a long overdue fix, or will it create a brand new set of headaches? Now, you might be wondering, if affordability is such a big issue, why would anyone fight this? Well, a lot of it comes down to control. Cities are upset because the law takes away local zoning power. They're saying, hey, we know our communities best. Don't let the state dictate what we can or can't build. Then you've got homeowners who are worried about their property values. Imagine you bought in a quiet subdivision, big single-family homes. Then, one day, a developer puts up 4 duplexes on the lot next door. That feels like a major change. And let's not forget the character issue. People who've lived in neighborhoods for decades don't want to see them transformed overnight. They feel like they invested in one kind of community, and this law could force something very different. But here's the flip side. Without some kind of change, starter homes are basically extinct. The median price in Phoenix today is hovering around $450,000. First-time buyers, they are priced out of Central Phoenix, priced out of Scottsdale, even priced out of big chunks of Gilbert and Chandler. So what happens? They're forced farther and farther out. Places like Surprise, Buckeye, and Queen Creek are booming with young families. But that's also where the infrastructure is the thinnest. Commutes get longer, schools are crowded, and people feel cut off from the city. The Starter Homes Act is supposed to fix that by letting builders put more affordable homes closer to the urban core. decor. But whether it actually works the way it's intended, well, that's still an open question. Now, as we started off with in this video, if you want a real-world example of this clash, look at the historic Willow neighborhood in Phoenix. Beautiful old homes, tree-lined streets. It's one of the Valley's most recognizable areas. Willow is asking for an exemption from the Starter Homes Act, saying it threatens their historic character. They don't want duplexes or smaller builds changing the look of their neighborhood. But critics say, hang on a second, is this really about preserving history, or is it about keeping prices high and keeping certain buyers out? That's the controversy in a nutshell. Preservation on one side, affordability on the other. So let's bring this back to you. If you're a buyer, what does this all mean? In the short term, not much. These projects take time, and you're not going to see starter homes popping up on every corner tomorrow. But down the road, it could mean you have more affordable options closer to jobs, schools, and city life. Instead of being forced to choose between renting or moving an hour away, maybe you'll have an actual shot in home ownership right here in the Metro Valley. Of course, buyers also have to weigh the risk. Will these smaller, denser homes appreciate like traditional ones, or will there be pushback that makes them less desirable long term? That's the gamble. And what if you're a seller? Well, this can go a couple of ways. If you own an affordable, single-family home right now, you might actually benefit in the short run. Buyers are desperate, and until these new builds hit the market, your listing could be the hottest thing around. On the other hand, once developers start rolling out these smaller homes, you may face more competition. A young couple that might have stretched for your $450,000 house could instead buy a brand new starter home for $350,000. So sellers need to be strategic. Presentation, pricing, timing. Those things matter now more than ever. And then there's the bigger political fight. This isn't just about homes, it's about who gets to decide how Arizona grows. Should the state have the power to override local zoning, or should cities and neighborhoods have the final say? Right now, state lawmakers are saying if we leave this to the cities, nothing will ever get built. And cities are saying if the state forces this on us, we'll lose the character of our communities. That tension is what's playing out right now in hearings, in neighborhood associations, and even at the kitchen tables across the valley. So what's the bottom line? The Arizona Starter Homes Act could be the beginning of a new era of affordability, or it could unleash a whole new wave of controversy. For buyers, it may open doors you thought were closed forever. For sellers, it may change how your home competes in the market. And for all of us, it forces the question, who do we want shaping our neighborhoods? Local voices or the state government? I'd love to hear what you think. Do you support the Starter Homes Act, or do you think it's the wrong move for Arizona? Drop a comment below. I want to know your take. And of course, if you're looking to buy or sell in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Chandler, or Gilbert, reach out. My info is below. I'll help you navigate this shifting market with confidence. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you in the next video.